Greetings, Mzansi, and welcome to Afternoon Express. I'm Balisa Dembe, and today we're finding our own confidence. We meet Zinhle Buthelezi, another brave woman whose fearless story we'll be hearing with First for Women. We'll also be connecting with lifestyle content creator and social worker Clarice Cairncross as she gives us tips on being our own boss. And we're kicking it all off with Dr. Nandipha, who'll be sharing tips on how to live a confident life free from the woes of lactose intolerance. Now, self-love is about affirmation, so please fill in the blanks on social media. This time of the year, next year, I will be blank. Hi, Dumi.
Hello, Queen. How are you doing? Happy Women Crush Wednesday to you and all the beautiful South African women out there. But I do have a king in the kitchen with me today, who's Chef Kimza, who's been here before and you guys seem to love him. How are you doing?
Just love how you introduced me to me. I'm good. Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you for being back. And today we're keeping it old school. We're making a delicious, classic, cool peach and apricot trifle. For the details, go to afternoonexpress.co.za. But Balasa, I see you've got Dr. Nandipha there.
Absolutely, Dumi. Now, according to the National Institute of Health, statistics show that many consumers have a reduced ability to digest lactose, the carbohydrate found in cow's milk. It's also not uncommon for lactose deficiency to develop later in life. Here to unpack all the signs and symptoms to look out for is Dr. Nandipha, as she shares how to be lactose-free with Clover Nolac. We also have an exciting competition for you to enter, but we will spill that lactose-free milk on a little later. Now, Dr. Nandipha, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Buddy, for having me again.
It's always so good to touch base with you. But today, I specifically want to focus on being lactose intolerant. So, for people who develop or rather have lactose intolerance and they experience it on an everyday basis, what are some of the symptoms and the range of symptoms that they experience?
I think it's different for each individual and each person. I mean, some people experience nausea and vomiting, and that's it. Other people, they'll experience some gas, being bloated, as well as some diarrhea. So it just varies with different individuals. Okay. And it depends how much lactase you have, the enzyme that actually breaks down the carbohydrate, the sugar that is lactose.
Okay, that helps me understand. But then another question I have to find out, if you're born without a lactose deficiency, can you develop it over time? And what is the most extreme symptom one can experience then?
I think over time, yes, you can, depending on an experience. For example, if you have a disease or an infection, or if you've experienced an injury, you can actually develop lactose intolerance. But it does run through families, so it can be generational. So you find if mom had it, then baby has it. And also there are infants that are born and they don't have enough of that lactase, the actual enzyme, which is also very, very rare in some cases where babies don't have lactase. It's a very rare case. Yeah, case.
It seems like here you really do have to see it person by person and experiences differ. So with that being said, how long do people then experience these symptoms for, and how can they find relief?
You know, these symptoms can appear within 2 hours of consuming dairy products, and they can actually last up to 48 hours. So it just depends how much of the lactose you've actually passed through. And if they don't resolve within 48 hours, it's always very, very recommended that you contact your healthcare provider. They shouldn't last longer than that because that should be out of your system. The actual milk and the carbohydrate should be out of your system by then. Okay. So it all depends. It can last up to 30 minutes. It can get resolved. But if you take away what is actually causing, you know, it should resolve the discomfort. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, doctor, okay, so I think a lot of South Africans right now can identify with everything that you're saying. They're like, tick, that's me, that symptom, that sign, I experienced that. But on a practical level, doc, you know, I'm all about the practicality. When we then turn our attention to our diet and what we put into our body, how then can we try overcome lactose?
I think you need to, like, as you're saying, take in consideration your diet and what's causing you to have have these lactose, symptoms. So currently we're so excited that Clover has lactose-free products, and there's a whole range that they've developed, especially for people like me. I grew up experiencing these lactose intolerant symptoms, which are very, very uncomfortable, and also trying to find the nutrients and the calcium and the vitamins. And Clover has taken into consideration the lack thereof of these nutrients if you are lactose intolerant and you're not getting enough of these added vitamins as well as nutrients. So making sure that you modify your diet and looking for products that actually are lactose free, which you can readily find easily now. I think back in the days when I was growing up, you couldn't find anything. I could only take calcium tablets. Yeah.
That's so true. A lot of people now that I speak to that have lactose intolerance, whether it's in family or friends, I'm lucky to be lactose free, although I do love myself some Clover No Lac, mind you, but when I do have to incorporate them into my household and have them in mind when I'm cooking, I always have to turn to something that I trust, something that I know has been developed with the family in mind, and that's everything that has to do with Clover No Lac. But lastly, Doc, before we let you go, what are some of the best signs and symptoms, firstly, to look out for if people do have lactose intolerance, and more than ever, what are the top tips, I think, that you can give as a medical professional in this field?
I think definitely look out for some nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, straight after consuming any dairy products. So dairy should be your key indicator, as the carbohydrate is found in milk. So, and also making sure, for example, as we spoke about it earlier, it affects people in varying degrees. Therefore, if you eat things that are a little bit hard, that have less lactose, like for example, your hard cheese, some of the yogurts, make sure that it doesn't have too much lactose for it to actually stimulate your gut and also cause this discomfort and these symptoms.
I think that what's key here, and a lot of people always say it, you got to pay attention to what you put in your body, because essentially your body will let you know, is it for you or is it not for you? But I'm so glad that we've got something that covers all the bases in Clover No Lac. Thank you so much, Dr. Nandipa, for joining us, and please give those two little ones a kiss and a hug for me.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now remember to look out for the new No Lac lactose-free milk, mass and dairy range, and hashtag Be Free Lactose Free. Now to get to that competition and how you can stand a chance to win an instant cash prize and hamper. Simply comment on the Afternoon Express No Lac post with which lactose symptom you are most challenged with. Then we could be calling you next week live on the show to free you from your symptoms and win an instant prize. Terms and conditions do apply and can be found on afternoonexpress.co.za. So get entering. Thank you again, Dr. Nandipa. But South Africa, you do not move a muscle. Don't go anywhere, because we have some more incredible Wellness Wednesday for you coming up. back to Afternoon Express. Now, it's Wednesday, and what better way to brighten up your week than by announcing our second trio of lucky winners who've each won themselves a big Miss Soleil sensitive hamper, each to the value of 500 Rand. South Africa, drum roll, please. Congratulations to Precious Mapodile, Mbai Molitane, and of course, Uthandiwe Felicia Shikuru. You three ladies are the lucky winners of a big Miss Soleil sensitive hamper, each to the value of 500 Rand. Woo! Now we have Precious on the line. Unfortunately, Umbai and Uthandiwe were unable to join us for the live call. But Umbai said something that she does to find her shine and love herself more is, I try to accept myself with all my imperfections. As far as my body is concerned, I'm learning to be as confident as humanly possible. Uthandiwe had to say that something that she does to find her shine and love herself a little more is being goal-orientated and believing in herself always comes first. A life without a vision has no meaning. Also, little things I love the most is what makes me who I am. I love being creative. Art brings out the best of me. Those who know me will tell you that art makes us discover beauty of being a human being. I love that. Everything is so poetic and beautiful. Congratulations to Mbai and Thandiwe. But I do have Precious on the line. Precious, congratulations, girl.
Thank you so much.
I'm so excited for you. You seem so cool, calm, and collected. So I have to find out from you. I mean, how excited were you to find out that you were one of the lucky winners?
I was very excited. You know, I love privilege, so this was like, I was so excited. I have no way.
No, girl, listen, I know that feeling where you almost have to pinch yourself, but trust me, it's real. You've definitely won yourself one of those 500 Rand hampers. But what is something that you do to find your shine and to love yourself a little more?
So I always do my hair. I mean, nothing gives a girl confidence like a newly braided hair. So I always do my hair. I shave. I mean, it's spring now. You have to show some legs, show some arms. So it's always nice to shave. Yeah.
Girl, all those answers, I'm like, tick, tick. I can definitely relate to that. Congratulations again, Precious. I'm definitely sure you're going to be enjoying your hamper. And congratulations to the other two ladies who couldn't join us. Goodbye.
Bye.
Now, self-love is really so important. Now, ladies, stay tuned because there are 3 more Big Soleil sensitive hampers up for grabs in this week's Big Miss Soleil competition. Your shine, your way with Big Soleil.
I can't think of anything else that would make a person shine like winning something. You have to have won something in your life, right?
Oh, how I wish to be like Precious and two other ladies now. I've never won anything in my life.
Are you for real,
I'm
Palisa?
telling you. Besides the cooking shows, of course.
Yeah, I think we need to do something about getting this guy a prize, Shem.
Oh, Maggie.
Please, man.
Okay, as much as we have nothing to give you right now, awkward, but what is not awkward is I want to find out from you.
Yeah.
Self-love is what today is all about. You know, Wellness Wednesday, we're looking at a holistic outlook on life. But if you were to forecast where you'll be next year, this time, where will that be?
Next year, maybe in Italy. You know?
Ooh, someone's traveling in Italy. If we were to look onto social media, Nick says he'll be blessed, healthy, happy, and grateful. Oh, and rich and married. Hashtag Afternoon Express. Shine on to all of those blessings, Nick. Now, whilst we are not letting anyone get away or out of their shine, we're about to connect with lifestyle content creator and social worker Clarice Kencross, who's giving us tips on how to be our own boss. That's coming up.
Express yourself.
Being your own boss brings a level of complete independence that working for another doesn't. You get to decide how you do business, how you treat your clients, customers, vendors, and how you prioritize and divide your time. In this week's Big Soleil Your Shine Your Way edition, we're joined by one beautiful lady who knows this all too well. Lifestyle content creator and blogger Clarice Kencross, who will be chatting to us about being your own boss. Welcome to the Loft, Clarice.
Thank you for having me here.
You seem to have be your own boss, think down and waxed, girl. You're a blogger, a lifestyle creator, and a model. So what was your deciding factor on doing things independently? And how then do you balance all aspects?
Okay, so a deciding factor for me was I believe in giving back. So I am a multi-passionate multitasker. So since primary school, I've been involved in so many things, and not only my schoolwork, if I can put it that way. So Instagram really became a platform for me where I could start to give back and collaborate with well-known brands while connecting with like-minded people, which really grew on me.
Now, Clarice, you're also, though, a social worker for bone marrow donors, and you are constantly flying to different hospitals around South Africa. So why is this close to your heart?
I've always had the personality type that craves challenges. So, being creative, having the ability to make an impact, and more important, to make an impact on other people's lives. So I always knew I had to go into a field that's either psychology or law. So, after being with a few professionals and shadowing them, I believe that, social work is the part for me to go into. And I never even thought about that because I come from a community where social workers are connected with removing kids. And people only think that social work is about that. And actually, when I went into the field and shadowed one social worker that was from a community which is Oudtshoorn, I realized, that social workers they are clinicians, they are counselors, they're case managers, and they are advocates for change. So then when I told people had predominantly negative responses. It was like, you really want to remove kids? Are you sure you have the abilities or you have the heart to do this? But, here I am. So it's 5 years later. I'm completing my master's degree and I'm caring for stem cell donors all across South Africa. So in fact, I would say the greatest pleasure in life is doing something other people say you cannot do.
Absolutely. You have to take that challenge head on and say, I will be the champion regardless. What advice do you have for ladies who are out there that just started their own business venture, or of course those that are considering it?
So I would say, don't let the fear of someone's else's beliefs stop you from pursuing your goals. Because just because they have a set of beliefs or a mindset, it doesn't mean that it applies to you. So I've been in your shoes, girl. Chin up, princess. Go for your goals.
I love those. I think that's going to be the caption for my next IG post.
Yes, I would look out for that.
And how important is finding your shine through being your own boss and letting your success shine through?
I would say it's important because you're literally testing your own abilities or capabilities, I can say, which is a wonderful, wonderful way to rely on yourself and to create your own success. So for me, it was like working on both my personal and professional development. So I was through reaching your own goals and making your success shine through, you literally became a coach or a mentor to other ladies. And I remember what effort and courage it took me to be where I am today.
Thank you so much. I think when I listen to you talk, I can listen forever because you speak with such sincerity, honesty, but also you're just real at the end of the day. So I really appreciate you stopping by and sharing your shine with us here on Afternoon Express. Clarice Kencross, we really appreciate it. All the best with all your future endeavors. Goodbye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Now there's only 1 week left to win one of 3 big Miss Soleil sensitive hampers to the value of 500 Rand each. To stand a chance of winning this week, all you have to do is tell us how you own your shine like a boss using the hashtag #YourShineYourWay. Share your answer on the competition post on Afternoon Express's Facebook or Twitter page and cross those fingers. This week's competition closes at 6 p.m. on Friday the 9th of October, so please do get entering. Terms and conditions do apply and can be found on afternoonexpress.co.za. Your shine, your way with Big Soleil. With the intention of encouraging women to realize their self-worth, inner strength, and embrace their fearlessness, First for Women partnered up with Monzo's brand Bold designer and creative director Palisa Mukobung, as well as First for Women's brand ambassador and Miss Universe Zozbini Tonzi, to create a limited Fearless Statement t-shirt. Not only does this t-shirt make a statement, it makes a difference. 20% of each shirt sold goes to the First for Women Foundation and to fight gender-based violence. We started the week off by chatting to the powerful force behind the Fearless Statement t-shirt initiative and asked viewers at home to share their fearless stories with the Afternoon Express family. Joining us today is an incredibly strong young lady who, despite being knocked down with the hardships of life in recent years, has risen above and let her inner strength and positive outlook shine through every day. Zinhle Sisi, welcome to the show. Now, Zinhle, I'm so blessed to be speaking to you today because this is what we're all about on Afternoon Express, as we're backed by First for Women, celebrating your fearlessness. Now, as we just go into your story, Sis Zinhle, you fell pregnant during your 2nd year of varsity and had to drop out. Now, how did your parents take the news?
Yeah, my parents were very, very angry. You know, when you send a child to school, you expect them to come back with a certificate and not a child. So they were very, very angry at me, and so they cut me off everything, and I was alone. I ended up just being on my own.
Now, you know what? When I can just take myself to how you possibly could have felt, you must have felt lonely, scared, but most of all filled with fear. So tell me about what followed. At one stage, you were living in a shopping center bathroom for about 2 weeks. How did you survive?
I tried my best to survive, but it was very hard. It was very, very hard because I used to sleep in a bathroom at night, and then during the day I would go to a library and read. And so eventually I got a shelter that was able to take me in. And they only gave me the option of giving up my child for adoption when I actually had my baby. So when that happened, I became so depressed when they took my baby away that I even tried committing suicide. But luckily enough, I did not die. So I was able to get my son back. And even after I got him back, I was still depressed. I was not okay. And so I got a job and I lost that job because of that. I was alone and it was just too much for me.
Yeah. Zinhle, but you know what I love about you? Rather than being bitter or angry, you looked at your situation with your family in a different way and found lessons in everything. So tell me about that.
Yeah, I looked at it as the anger that they were portraying to me was not because I was bad or anything like that. They saw potential in me. They saw the greatness in me that I did not see at that time. And so that is why they were reacting the way that they did. So now I'm able to see that greatness in me, and I know that I can achieve anything if I just tell myself that I can do it.
Now, Zinhle, in your exact words, no matter what life does, it gets better. I have the power to be independent. I am fearless, bold, and beautiful. And I'm not afraid of my scars because they make me who I am today. And they'll forever be a part of this great woman that I am. Now, that is so inspirational. I have to find out from you, though, where do you draw your inspiration from?
I think my inspiration comes from everything that I've faced. I realized that all those things that happened, they do not define who I am. And the opinions of other people and also the situations that I've been through do not define who I am. The only thing that defines me is the love that God has for me. So that's the only thing that I feel inspires me to just be the person that I am.
Absolutely, girl. I mean, you are truly one fearless woman, Zinhle. And we think that you need to wear that fearlessness on your sleeve. Literally. First for Women would like to give you, as well as our other two viewers who will be sharing their stories with us this week, we want you to have one of their limited edition Fearless Statement tees. Now, what message do you feel that these t-shirts will be able to share to other women? Hello, Zinhle.
Yes, hi.
Girl, we just got you an amazing statement, fearless t-shirts, because we definitely believe you need to share and wear that fearlessness on your sleeve. But we also want to find out from you through this t-shirt, what message do you feel that this t-shirt will give to other women?
I think that the t-shirt will actually highlight that it's okay to be who you are. You don't have to be someone else. You don't have to hide your scars. You don't have to hide your mistakes. Just be fearless and embrace the beauty that is in you, because we all, each and everyone has beauty inside of us.
Absolutely beautiful. You and your family are beautiful, but most of all fearless. Thank you so much, Zinhle Buthelezi, for joining us. Goodbye, girl.
Bye.
You could save up to 495 Rand per month on car and household insurance. SMS first to 49281 for an obligation-free First for Women quote. SMSs cost 50 cents and terms and conditions apply. Now, First for Women are giving away 10 lucky viewers a chance to win their very own limited edition Fearless Statement t-shirt. To stand a chance of winning, all you need to do is SMS the keyword fearless to 33650. SMSs cost R1.50. No free SMSs apply. Terms and conditions can be found on afternoonexpress.co.za.
You wanna take control, but no one ever got me. You try to slow me down, but you could never stop me. I am a fighter. I am fearless. I am a fighter.
Fearless handles anything with Guardian Angel on call 24/7 accident and roadside assistance. SMS first to 38548. First for Women.
I think there's nothing that represents fearlessness more than someone whose life knocks down and they still get up on their feet and they're like, I will keep going no matter what.
You know, Kimza, what I love about this First for Women initiative is it's people abafana njengo Zinhle who are bold enough, strong enough to share their story on national television with us as their family at Afternoon Express. Now, that's nothing to be taken lightly. That's nothing to be taken for granted. So we definitely thank your vulnerability. And to me, that's being fearless. I don't know, what does fearless mean to you, Kimza?
Being fearless, I mean, it means doing whatever's in your heart and not worrying what everyone else thinks of you, man.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of haters out there. If you're going to start thinking of what's the next person think of you, what do they, I mean, you're going to end up doing nothing, you know. So the best thing is to just do what you do.
Do what you do. And on that note, stay tuned for more chances to win with Afternoon Express.
Express yourself.
Celebrate South African classics with Clover Classic. Stand a chance of winning classic prizes when you buy any Clover Classic mayonnaise, custard, fat spreads or dairy snacks. Enter by dialing *120*2676# to vote in the weekly poll. You could be winning prizes such as Tefal fry pans and stew pots instantly when dialing *120*2676# and voting for your South African classic. You do not want to miss out. Plus, stand a chance of being called live on the show to participate in our That's Classic game on Afternoon Express, where one of you could be going home with a Tefal Jamie Oliver pot set. So go on and vote now. T's and C's apply and can be found on afternoonexpress.co.za.
In South Africa, October is recognized as Seniors Month, where we're all encouraged to celebrate and appreciate our elders. And in honor of Seniors Month, FNB have taken a stance to support this market by helping them make their money go further during their retirement. Here to tell us all about it is Anissa Razak, the CEO of FNB Share Investing. Welcome to the Loft, Anissa.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Now, Anissa, why has FNB decided to take a firm stance in supporting seniors?
So seniors increasingly form a larger part of our population due to them living longer. And as a result of medical advancements, the UN released the World Population Prospects Report 2019, and some of their findings were that life expectancy at birth for the world increased from 64 years in 1990 to 72 years in 2019, and is expected to increase to 77 years in 2050. So to put this in context, by 2050, 1 in 6 people in the world will be over the age of 65, which is up from 1 in 11 in 2019. I think also seniors contribute at a macro level financially and at a local level to their communities and individual networks in terms of their experience. They've also contributed for many decades, which is something that is often forgotten. And it's important to recognize and celebrate this group for all they have achieved, but also all that they still want to achieve. October is the month earmarked in South Africa to celebrate this group of individuals, and as FNB, we support this great initiative.
I truly take my hats off, Anissa. You know, as you were speaking, I was just saying this is absolutely needed. But what are some of the challenges that retirees are facing in the current environment?
I think before I speak to the challenges, I think it's incredibly important to understand how this market has changed over the years. What we've learned explodes the old-fashioned perception that life slows down after 60. I mean, they're making their own money, they're engaging in activities and interests, and they're not slowing down. I think our retirees define themselves by life experience, and age is really nothing but a number. But in terms of some of the challenges, they're living longer, there's contracting interest rates, there's the rising cost of living. Our research has even shown that 51% cannot afford to retire comfortably. 33% retire with debt, which just explains how much further their money needs to stretch because they're still paying off debt, and 53% retire with dependents. So you have other people in the household, in the family that are living off this money. So they have limited income, which they need to live off for longer. Interest rates are impacting the amount of income they're getting from like their fixed term investments. And I think the most worrying question retirees ask themselves about money is, do I have enough? Is it going to last?
Yeah. Now, what solutions then are FNB offering to seniors?
So I'm very excited. We have recently launched a very new offering aimed exclusively at our retired clients. I think what we understood is that those that are over 60 are looking for a bank that is able to offer them like a holistic solution from their banking to their investments, and we're pleased that we could deliver a solution to tailor their needs. I think what we know is planning for your retirement or living within your retirement is vital, and we understand that not all clients know what they should do with their money, that they need the help of an expert. So as a result, we give our clients access to experts to have these important discussions. Our fixed deposits offer our senior clients preferential interest rates because we are aware of the fact that many senior clients rely on the interest earned from their fixed savings for monthly income. And with the ever decreasing rates, we're also mindful of how this erodes their income. So the bank opted to maintain high interest rates on fixed deposits for this specific group of clients despite the successive decrease in the repo rate. We've also attached to the offering a living annuity, which provides this group with a peace of mind knowing that they can structure their retirement money as and how they see fit. And what's more, and this is the best part, is our senior clients will pay a discounted transactional account fee or no monthly fees when they invest with us, depending on their balance. I think we also know that they want to make their money go further. So what we want to do is make sure that we stretch their rewards program and they get increased reward level points for investing with us, and they can spend at a host of retailers from groceries to fuel. So with their monthly income shrinking and with them worrying about, do I have enough, the reward supplements that, and they can benefit from the reward program. If clients are in the market to buy a new property when downsizing, we provide our premium client base with preferential interest rates on their home loans, as well as discounted bond registration and attorney fees. And this is just a few of the perks. It's designed especially for them, and we've thought long and hard. We've asked our retired clients what their needs are, and we've designed it accordingly.
And speaking of that old age home help, do you have an update as to how it has been performing since its launch?
Yeah, I mean, the intention was to provide PPE to those in need. I mean, we know our senior clients were the most vulnerable during the pandemic. I mean, they got so much to worry about. Then you hand them a pandemic where they're not closer to their loved ones, which would cause more worry. So it was really a worthy cause that we wanted to back and get behind. We've managed to raise over 500,000 today with people donating to this worthy cause. And in total, 14 homes have been approved to support across 9 different provinces. We provided over 200,000 worth of PPE to these homes, and we even managed to repair a roof in one of these homes. And if you want to donate, you can do so on the FNB app or online banking. And what's more is that you can use your e-bucks or your cash to help towards this cause.
Anissa, it seems like FNB has done it again, thinking of almost everything and even helping out in the month of October, our senior citizens. Thank you so much for stopping by Afternoon Express and sharing this incredible initiative with us. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
If you're a senior and you're looking to invest in your retirement, then take the time to explore the amazing solutions that FNB has tailored to suit your needs. You can find all this information on the FNB app or on their website at fnb.co.za.
We can help you donate your e-bucks or cash towards personal protective equipment for old age homes. FNB, how can we help you?
FNB continues to innovate and do great things for their customers in general. I know it's been a hard year for a lot of people, but it's good to see that they're doing something really great for senior citizens.
And this actually speaks to my heart to me because I'm involved in an organization as well, something similar to what FNB is doing. And it actually started the start of COVID-19.
Oh.
So this is really awesome what FNB is doing.
That is really beautiful, Palisa. I mean, it is great to see that even during a pandemic, South Africans continue to stand together.
Holding down our senior citizens. Gotta love it. Now on social media, we have asked you, next time this year, what will you be up to? So if we do head over to the social streets, we've got Umutlapa who says, this time next year, I'll be at varsity, chasing my own dreams. Udipono says that they've got weight goals here, wanting to be 15 kgs lighter. Shout out to you, Dipono. We have got you in mind here. So for people who might want to put on weight, take off weight, or just enjoy anything in the kitchen, what are we throwing down?
Well, we're keeping it old school this time. We're keeping it classic, and we're making a cool peach and apricot trifle. You don't want to miss this one, South Africa. We're taking it all the way back.
All the way back. You know these incredible cool peaches, and even if it's the fruit salad.
Yeah.
One of my favorites. I can just almost sit there with a teaspoon and just dive all the way in. So if you want some of that peaches and those apricots and something so beautiful, please do head over to afternoonexpress.co.za to get the full ingredients list and recipe so you can be cooking along with us after these.
New Sensodyne Herbal Multicare. Sensitivity relief with natural herbal extracts.
Welcome back, South Africa. Thank you so much for joining us. Considering that it's Throwback Thursday, we've got something special lined up that's guaranteed to hit you right in the feels. We're celebrating 80 years of Koo in your homes and kitchens by creating this classic peach and apricot trifle. It's layers upon layers of sweet and decadence, all brought together by the guaranteed quality of Koo. So grab a spoon and enjoy a memory with every mouthful you take as we show you why old school is cool. So myself and Chef Kimza are going to show you just how quickly and easily it is to put together this classic Koo dessert. Are you ready for this, my sir?
Super ready, chef.
I mean, there's nothing more classic than a trifle with Swiss roll. Custard.
Custard, I mean.
But
I'm telling you, with jelly.
Dude.
Too many
And the
can't go more
peaches.
classic than that.
Peaches and apricots, that for me it was the dessert. Jelly, custard and
Yeah.
peaches, it was the one.
Yeah, I remember I grew up, I spent a good amount of my childhood in the rural areas. And we used to look forward to Christmas because there's things that you wouldn't get during the year. But Koo was always available.
I know, right?
Koo was always available, even, I mean, back then. It's super exciting.
I know exactly what you mean. Like, we're talking about guaranteed quality, we're talking about availability, we're talking about accessibility. Koo has probably been the one brand that's been signature to us in every single celebration.
I'm super amazed by the amount of the products that Koo has. You know, you look at from your starter, you get products. There was this function that I was on, and this is not a good thing. Okay, I hope the client is not watching. But he was super impressed. So I ran out of time and I had to compromise. I improvise, I mean. So Koo has chakalaka. You know, I used that and I did my special umfino and chakalaka using Koo product.
Wow.
You know, I use that as a starter. Going to main, Koo has, I mean, beetroot, Koo has beans, Koo has peas. You want me to continue?
Okay, you're like mentioning the whole range now today. We're using the peach.
I know what I'm talking about. I mean, I've worked with Koo for the longest time.
I know.
Yeah.
So today we're using peach slices and apricot halves. To start it off, we're going to make the custard from scratch, and I think this is also OG. We're used to make the custard from scratch. I've got some hot milk that I've just put in there. In here, I've got some custard powder and a bit more milk that I'm basically going to mix in. So you'd basically make the custard as per the package instructions. So all I'm going to do is mix this together, and now that our milk is almost ready, I'm going to put in the rest of our ingredients here.
It's super easy.
It is.
It's super easy. The ingredients on the packet, I mean, you can never miss it.
You can never mess it up. But basically, this has to cook down and be nice and thick and so forth. And the one thing I noticed and remember about this is that whenever my mom made this, she would always be sitting there making sure she's watching it. So luckily, we did make some ahead of time, and we're going to start assembling that. But I see you've cut up some Swiss roll for us there already.
So, Chef, to me, what would you say the secret is when it comes to making custard?
Making custard?
Custard, yeah.
Well, I would probably say buy it instead of making it. But like I mentioned, just make sure you keep an eye on this, because the hotter it gets, the thicker it gets, and you don't want it to burn. But let's just remove this here so I can basically show you. You've started assembling the bottom layer of our custard there. What I want to do is just loosen up the custard that we already have here. And the reason I've made it a little thicker is because we want to make sure that it sits together with the rest of our ingredients, because we've got the custard, we've got the beautiful red color from the jelly, we've got this amazing Koo peach slices. And the one thing I love about them is that, yes, today we're making a classic.
Yeah.
But you're more than welcome to change it up however you like and possibly use a different brand of theirs, maybe the fruit cocktail perhaps, but it's completely up to you. So I'm going to ask you to pass me that trifle stand and let me get assembling with it right now.
Chef.
Thank you so much.
I've noticed when we were opening the can, it's super easy, so even older people or younger people can easily open it.
Anyone that wants to, anyone that can use the products, I think they've not only made sure that there's quality, they've also made sure that it's easy for anyone to access and use. So I'm going to go in then with my custard layer here that I'm going to drop into the center and then spread to the edges. And then after that, I'll go in with the rest of the ingredients. So like I mentioned, I like to make my custard a little thick because that helps for the custard for the trifle to actually have those distinct layers.
Me too, yeah.
All right, and then after this, I'm going to go in with my jelly. The reason I do that is also so that they can be different layers. If I put the peach slices now, you won't be able to see them.
Color.
And we want them to pop because, I mean, they're the star of our dish today. And then I go in with my jelly that I like to break up as well into little pieces here. And I think what we're talking about is classic ingredients, classic dishes. There's got to be one ingredient or one dish that reminds you of Koo every time. Whenever you make that, you think, I can't do this without Koo products.
Like I said earlier on, my special dish, umfino and chakalaka.
Yeah.
That is to die for. You can have that as a start, it's like sort of an entree. You can have it as main. And it's super cool, man. So chakalaka from Koo never disappoints.
Never, ever disappoints. But like we're saying right now, we're using the peach slices on the sides, so I want to make beautiful layers on the sides, and then I'm going to fill it up with the apricot halves on the center, so it also gives you that tasty, sweet bite when you bite into it.
And I like also the different textures. You've got Swiss roll there, it's got a different texture. You've got your jelly. It's got that nice smooth texture as well. So it just complements each other.
Definitely, definitely. So now I'm going to go in with the rest of our apricot halves on the center here. And like we mentioned, I mean, they've got such a huge range. This very same trifle could be done with any of their other sweet ingredients. You could use the fruit cocktail if you'd like. Yeah. You could use the guava. You could literally do anything you'd like with this dish. And yes, we're making a trifle, but their range is so great that you could use any of their ingredients for any type of cooking, any type of dish.
See, I'm not the only fan of Koo. Chef Tumi, you've got this, you know what you're talking about, I can hear it.
I mean, I cannot think of a time in my life where Koo was not present, whether I was having the best times of my life financially or if I was having the worst time of my life, I knew that I could always trust on Koo, you know. But anyway, South Africa, this is just us celebrating Koo and its amazing range and products. But then Koo is still celebrating their 80th birthday. And as part of the festivities, they're giving you a chance to win your share of 1 million rand in prizes. Grocery hampers and vouchers are up for grabs daily, while stylish luxury Le Creuset pot sets can be yours weekly. And the grand prize, a stunning kitchen makeover. And so to enter, you can buy any two Koo products, dial *120 *1987 hash and follow the prompts. Remember to keep your till slip as proof to qualify for your awesome prize. This competition ends on the 13th of November 2020. T's and C's do apply, but do remember this, Koo, it's the best you can do.
I'm definitely looking forward to diving into that delicious food and that delicious dessert. You know, South Africa, that as much as I don't have a sweet tooth, that nostalgic taste of a trifle takes me back to ekhaya, eLamonti, eMlazi. I'm telling you, Durban, where it's at. But if I were to find out from you, not where we come from, but where we're going, next year this time, where do you see yourself? You know, if I were to head over to social media, we've got Utabo, and Tabo says, this time next year, I'll be a final year student. I mean, Tumi, guys, come through. What do you think about going back to school? And next year, this time, some people want to be graduating and some people also just want to be readmitted into school.
I always appreciate people that want to go back to school because I, for a fact, also know that I want to go back. I've always wanted to do marketing management and I feel like now's the time. You know, most people study when they're younger. I studied to become a chef, but I feel like I can still do more. So I appreciate them and kudos to them for going back to school.
Yep, cheers to that. Now, if we continue on social media, Ethan has to say, this time next year, I'll be a teacher and I'll make sure that I'm the best and the greatest. #Afternoon Express. If we keep reading South Africa, we've got Ukiyanu who says, I'm still busy with my studies. #Afternoon Express. Unontle here also says, I would be at the varsity following my dreams. I'm loving that. More dreamers. We've got Usiya here also saying, achieving great work from my hard work. I love that. We've got a whole lot of go-getters.
A whole lot of them. And I think if this year has taught us anything, is that anything is possible.
Yeah.
So anyone that's deciding they want to go back to school or do something, this is definitely the year to start it.
Absolutely. I have to read some more social media comments because you know I love hearing from you, South Africa. We have got Udlen, and Dylan says, I'll be alive and out there living. And then Glenn also continues to say, I'll be on the Afternoon Express. Well, challenge accepted. I hope next year this time you'll be sitting right here next to me when Kimza is sitting and enjoying an incredible dessert together. If we continue reading, Umasejo Zulu says, well, this time next year, God winning, I'll be done with my house renovations, dropped 3 dress sizes, and busy with my degree. I'm loving that. If Tumi, I were to ask you, next year this time, what are you going to be up to?
I will be running my food truck successfully. It will no longer be a startup. It will be the word on everyone's lips, basically.
I like that. Okay. If for myself, this is very difficult. If I were to think of next year this time, where will I be? What do I want to achieve? There's just so much on my list. But I mean, I think the fingers are feeling very, very light. If there could be something that weighed down a finger, maybe. If there's something that could weigh down a stomach, maybe. I don't know, South Africa. You let me know your thoughts. And keep those comments going throughout the evening. Thank you so much for always tuning in. I mean, Kimza, as much as you want to go to Italy and you want to travel, do you have anything else that's on the top of that list?
Yeah, I just recently started my business, so I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, wow.
There's a lot going on, so yeah.
We love a young entrepreneur. I'm not beefing with that. I'm not fighting with that. But this Wellness Wednesday was all about self-love, self-worth, being fearless and standing up in your confidence. So thank you so much to all of our special guests for sharing their incredible stories with us and wearing their bravery on their sleeve. We're definitely shouting out all of you. Now join us again tomorrow, Mzansi, as we're doing something a little different. We're turning our focus to nature, wildlife, and our Mother Earth. I know we've got some Earthling and Moon creations coming up. We're touching base with some incredible minds from the Noah's Ark Foundation. And of course, we've got this expert cyclist, Jamie Murray, that I'm also going to be speaking to. So I'm looking forward to that. But until then, Mzansi, good night. Stay safe.
And let's eat.
Happy eating indeed. Good night, South Africa. Goodbye. Afternoon Express, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.